Trying to create the alphabets of English like capital letter, small letter, and the numerical numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. Regular practice of this alphabet can able to make us the titling of the movies or like any product naming or like in ad agencies new captions in a creative handwriting we can able to get it done before learning multimedia. This could be a asset for all the designers. Calligraphy not only make designs but it also helps in academics to take a decision like how to give the spacing, making handwriting good, and it not only like your handwriting or alphabet making, it makes the aptitude to get developed. Okay, it doesn't require a very good handwriting a person should know. No, and it doesn't cost you more. Just a brush of Camlin or any company brush you can take, which is free to work out, and the ink bottle may be recommended like your Camlin ink. It's cost 20 rupees, and the brush will cost almost like 20 rupees, 40 rupees. Now coming to the papers, no need to buy any new book, no need to buy any papers, bunch of papers. No, just the rough notebook of a student of any schools, what they after completion of their classes they are throwing it, they are selling it up. Take that books, whatever it is written on the backside doesn't matter. You can go for freehand drawing. It will make you to go for fearless movement. If we start up buying a new book, we'll be very conscious. We need to think like I need to practice very perfectly. That will like as per my opinion sometimes it's stuck. Will be more cost effective. We'll be looking toward the costing and all things, trying to make very good art, very good straight line. Initially it doesn't happen, so we can recommend to go for any rough book of textbooks or I mean like notebooks of any students of any schools. We can pick it up and start a practice on that. Yes, newspaper is getting your ink to sink very fastly. Maybe like we can do practice on newspaper without ink with normal water. Yes, have a try of it. This all alphabets we can try with water and a newspaper. What happens whenever the newspaper is dry, it will be a little brighter. The time we dip the water on the brush and start of writing, it will get a darker version of the newspaper and it reflect the alphabets. And it will dry up after some times, and we can able to use it for multiple times. What I have understood in my way of practice, I'm just speaking, and everyone does have its own creative format of practicing, and everything is recommendable. Fine. So all the artists who wishing to come to the industry, it could be a vital practice. You can you can excel the brush movements, and that will make you to take a decision on the screen practice. Whenever you go for like the digital platform are there, software are there where we can make the calligraphy like the software Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel Draw. They are like designing softwares where we can able to make the same calligraphy. At that point, what happens? Your decision making will be very clear here inside the physical practice. That will reflect inside the screen. So hope we have understood how does this rough practice to a student will help a lot on the future tracking in making casting, logos making. This doesn't only make the alphabets, it make logos, it make icons, it makes symbols, and a lot of things. Except this designing, it develop the aptitude and reasoning, which is a vital force in decision making in all the field. It is not as part of multimedia or designing. Even in other sector also, calligraphy helps a lot. So calligraphy practice like it will make your brain cool, calm, and we can able to take a decision how the gaping should be in between two words. What is negative space? What is positive space? Where I focus, and how does this film posters people are making these new alphabets? That all things I have understood by practicing this, because every time we find the new alphabets of any movie, it is not from any family of any font family. They are creating through the brushes in any form, any brush format, or any pen format. Calligraphy pens are there. Even these brushes are useful. There are different type of brushes through which you can able to get the textures of the edge of the alphabet. So, and it is a very good job fetching factor. If someone interested into this field, then they can have a try. Now I'm not speaking about the films. So even for like weddings, the new couples names, now it has not been penetrated into the sector of wedding, and it's a very big space waiting inside the private albums, video albums, pre-weddings, casting of the private videos, all the places where this art could be and have a try. And yes, once we know the skill, then brain is enough to give the idea like where we can able to use it off. Everyone does have their own creative form, and brain speaks a lot of alternatives where this knowledge could be used of. So what are the things I have captured in this 10-15 years? But this practice I have done since last 1.5 year, very fastly. But yes, I used to do it of roughly on any ink pen. Yes, I used to work with the ink pen, but I've shifted from ink pen to the brush. What I mean to say that yes, it could be done by anyone. It is not very difficult. Uh, Once we start, initially the difficulty will have in the pressure, because brush is working with the threads or like bristles, which bends immediately, but in pen doesn't bend. So what is the pressure we are putting on the pen? That pressure is not recommended for the brush. That initial difficulties. The rest of the things we can able to handle.